Alright, so let's start with the device in general here. First of all, the weight is very acceptable. It's only 5.1 ounces, so it is very light. This makes it feel very comfortable in your hand. The reason it is so light, despite its large size, is because of the materials they use. So it is a lot of plastic, particularly around the back. Now, I wouldn't say that it feels cheesy, because it definitely doesn't. It has a nice feel to it. It has almost a soft feel, which I'll talk about later. But it definitely doesn't have the same kind of build quality as Motorola devices do. Like the Motorola Razr and the Max, they all contain metal materials, which make them really nice. In fact, my previous phone was the Droid X, which was also mostly a metallic material. So it's light, it's comfortable, it is plastic, so it's not going to be as durable as you may be used to. Now let's talk about the front here. On the front, you'll see it's a pretty simple setup here. We have the gorgeous 4.65-inch Super AMOLED HD display, and what all that nonsense means is, first of all, let's break it down into its different parts here. AMOLED is a special technology for phone displays. I'm sure you've heard of LED TVs and such like that. It's similar to that. It actually stands for active matrix, organic, light emitting diode, whatever. But what it means is your blacks are going to be very deep, very clear blacks. Your colors are going to pop, are going to be very vibrant. The Super is also a type of AMOLED screen. There's all kinds of different ones. There's AMOLED, Super AMOLED, Super AMOLED Plus, and the list goes on and on and on. This one is a Super AMOLED HD. So it has the LED backlit. It is extremely clear. It runs a huge resolution of 720 by 1280, which is absolutely ridiculous. Some 30-inch TVs display 1280 by 720, which is the same thing. So it's a pretty ridiculous resolution for a phone screen to have. So it makes text look unbelievably clear, pictures and video looks amazing. Now the only downside with the type of screen that this is it uses a technology called pentile, which you may have heard of before. Basically what it means is in order to fit that many pixels into such a small area, they had to develop a technology called pentile, and it basically is just the arrangement of pixels underneath the display. But with the colors and the sharpness of everything, there's really nothing to complain about when it comes to this screen. And also the entire front contains what's called an oleophobic coating. You'll notice here that the entire display is flush. The screen and the rest of the phone is completely flush along the top, which is very nice, and it's all covered in an oleophobic coating. What that means is it's basically just a permanent coating over top of the entire front that helps you in keeping it clean. It helps prevent fingerprints, things like that. Now we also have the front-facing camera, which is 1.3 megapixels, and it does support 720p HD video recording, surprisingly enough. Typically, the front-facing cameras are such a low resolution, and this isn't an exception, but typically they're such a low resolution that they can't support that HD rendering. But this one actually can support 720p HD video recording. So if you're one of those vloggers on YouTube or what have you, you can actually record in high definition. Very good quality for that. We also, as you can see, I left this on for you guys. We have a multicolor LED notification light at the bottom here. It can do blue, green, yellow, red, all kinds of different colors. I actually am using an app called LightFlow, and I'll add a link for that in the bottom, in the description area. It's an awesome app that lets you customize what color this blinks at, how fast it blinks, for what apps. It's very nice because by default they don't really support too many applications. It's mostly just your texting and your email, but in this case you can set a custom notification LED for basically any app like Facebook or Twitter or what have you. Now really the only other thing on the front here to cover is the speaker. It is very, very loud in a phone call. Now it's actually so loud sometimes that it can cause distortion and cause the phone itself to vibrate. It's kind of annoying, but the point is it is very loud, It's clear most of the time. If you turn down the volume, like I said, because it's so loud, because it's so amplified, it gets very distorted. So if you just turn it down a little bit, it's very crisp and clear and still pretty loud. So that's really it for the front here. They definitely wanted to stress a simple and elegant look, which I think they did a really good job with doing. It is simple, but it looks very nice. I mean, very few phones have this kind of appeal to them. I mean, Motorola likes their whole Droid theme where it's very robotic, and HTC likes really robust kinds of appearances and themes. But this is much more simple. And if it's a little too simple for you, you can always get a case and spiffy it up a little bit if you'd like. But I would never want to cover up this what is undeniably a beautiful device. Now along the left side here we have just our volume rocker. Really not a whole lot to say about that. It's got your up and your down. That's about it. It's got good clicks and it blends in well with the sides. So that's really all there is to that. Along the right side we have a couple different things. We have our power button for your screen to turn it on and off. And we have our 3-pin gold connector here. Unfortunately, Samsung is being surprisingly I don't know, silly about this whole 3-pin connector thing. They really wanted to include this, and now the official accessories don't even include a 3-pin connector which it can utilize to power itself in a dock. They have an official car dock out now, and the idea is you put it in, and as soon as you put it in the dock, it starts charging because it automatically connects via the 3-pin. You don't even have to plug it in. It's very nice. But on the official dock, they don't even support that. So that's pretty disappointing. Hopefully they'll eventually come up with it, but at this point, it's been out for a while and there's still no sign of it. Pretty disappointing, but it's there. So it's useless, but it's there. Hopefully they will come out with moving on to the back here. The back cover itself, now this is actually a different one. I currently have an extended battery in here. It is officially Samsung, but it comes with an alternative back cover. It's the same style and everything. The only difference is it bevels out a little bit to compensate for the larger battery size. It's barely noticeable though. It's very, very minor. But anyway, it has a soft, slick feeling to it. It's very strange and hard to explain. You should definitely go to your Verizon store to really pick up on all the things that are special about this device. But it has a soft feeling to it. It's comfortable to the touch, but it is a little slippery. So it's definitely not, you know, it's definitely plausible to think that you would drop this, because this is definitely a slick surface. I mean, it's designed to give you grip. I think it does the exact opposite, but it's nice to the touch nonetheless. It's a little difficult to remove, which I think is good. My Droid X would pop off. Well, I would take it off pretty often, and over time, taking it off, putting it back on, it got looser. It got looser and looser and looser until eventually it would almost pop off on its own, which was kind of annoying. You will never have that problem with this because of the way that it clicks around and it's very securely in there. Now, I do know people have had these pop off. I have no idea what they're doing to their phones, but I really think they should stop, because to actually get this cover to pop off, that requires some effort there. Getting it on really isn't too bad. You might have trouble your first time doing it, but after that, you'll be fine. Besides, you won't really have to remove it much anyway. It's not like it doesn't have expandable storage or anything like that, so there's very little reason to ever take off this covering here. We also have our camera on the back, which includes the 5 megapixel 1080p HD camera with a white LED flash. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is a white flash. It's amazing, I know. My Droid X had a very, very yellow tinted one, and I know all kinds of other droids have had blues and purple and all kinds of different tints for their LED light. This is white. This is completely white. It's great. The 5 megapixel camera takes pictures at 2592